If you don't believe my words, then you should seek the proof. And the scary thing is that none of this stuff is hidden, but I probably end up being punished for what I'm spitting. All we are is subjects and our leader is a king. They say seeing is believing, so I don't believe a thing, cause all I see is lies that the corporate media brings. So I listen, and in the distance I'm hearing freedom ring.
Hello, and welcome to the No Filter Comedy Show. I am your host, Bryan Kennedy, and today we're talking about aliens. Join me in the little green creatures from outer space, or the illegal variety from our outer borders. Both. Now, people may not like the term illegal alien.
Hey,
but
you can't say that.
say what?
You know what you said. Illegal.
Illegal alien?
That one. It's 50 cents into the jar. Next time, I take a stimulus check.
But it's a perfectly legal term found in federal court documents, like Supreme Court case Arizona v. the U.S.
Oh, are you a lawyer?
No.
Pay up.
Now, for the record, most of the money in there is not mine.
Yeah, sure, buddy. I'll be listening.
All right. So some prefer undocumented immigrants, as they think the term illegal should describe actions and not people. Now, under federal law, any individual in this country who is not a citizen is an alien. And any alien who is here without permission is here illegally. So illegal alien is a legal term. Stay there. Hey! Now, everyone has their own views of people who come into this country illegally. And they range from an open door policy where anyone can come in from anywhere, anytime, no questions asked, you know, like a Denny's, to the other end of the spectrum, where they want to build a wall and keep everyone out because there's no more room at the inn. Most of these people call themselves Christians and would even turn Jesus away if he came back looking more like Jesus. The reality is, most Americans agree on many aspects of illegal immigration issue. Now, 2/3 of the country believes in stronger border security, but disagree on what that means. And to be fair, 2/3 is a lot. You can't even get 2/3 of Americans to agree on the correct spelling and usage of the word "your." 2/3 also agree that if you're here illegally already, there should be a way to make you legal, and not the way Jeffrey Epstein wanted to make 15-year-old girls legal. And when it comes to taking in refugees, fleeing from war-torn places, 75% of the country agrees we should take them in. But they can't all come from Norway, you know. There's shithole ones we have to consider too. You know, like Ireland in the 1900s, Germany in the 30s, or Cleveland right now. The one area we're pretty much split down the middle on, though, is should we round up the illegal immigrants and deport them? I mean, do we just toss out the ones with long rap sheets, or should we tear that father away from his family after living here for 20 years, paying taxes and working his butt off in a job real white citizens don't even want to do, so his family can have a better life than he had? And with so much that we do agree on, why is it so hard to pass illegal immigration reform? Maybe it's because we really just hate each other. You know, Americans have been reduced to behaving like Bugs Bunny and Yosemite Sam. How can we agree on how we should treat immigrants when we treat our fellow Americans like second-class citizens? And what about those who come here legally? They had to get online, fill out stacks of paperwork, be interviewed, and wait their turn. How do they feel when other immigrants bypass that line? Well, I know how they feel. I was at a water park once and had to stand in line for over an hour to go down a water slide while I watched my brother cut that line undetected. Okay, maybe it's not the same, but I was pissed. And for the record, if they're climbing over walls and swimming over across the Rio Grande, that's illegal. But if their caravan pulls up to the border and asks, "Can we get in?" that's trying to do it legally, even though some people might assume anyone who wants in is illegal. Plus, legal immigration has changed. Coming here legally is a process now, but when Sean Hannity's grandparents came here, the only process was getting on a boat and praying to your potato-eating God that the boat doesn't hit an iceberg. Now, on to the aliens from outer space. Are they the nice, wrinkly, uncircumcised, penis-looking ones from an 80s Spielberg film? Or are they the killer aliens from War of the Worlds that scare Tom Cruise more than an investigative documentary about Scientology? Now, we used to think they were little green men from Mars. Now we know those don't exist. At least not from Mars. Unless they live below the surface and haven't popped out yet. Or maybe someday Puxatawny Phil will be replaced by Mars Max. Ask people what they think of aliens, you get many different answers. Some people think they exist, but are too far away. Others think they've already been here, or maybe even live among us. You know what I'm talking about. That odd neighbor who mows his lawn at night or in the rain. The coworker who never comes to the conference room birthday parties. The friend who loves Mork and Mindy just a little too obsessively, and not because of Mindy. There have certainly been UFOs caught on camera, but just because they're unidentified flying objects doesn't mean they're otherworldly. If and when these aliens do appear, would they be here to take over and dominate us? I guess that depends on if they try and give us the anal probe, and if you like that sort of thing. Now, both kinds of aliens stir up all kinds of emotions in people. The fear of others comes from the unknown, or the fear that they're here to take over. If we were attacked like in the movie Independence Day, do you trust that Biden will become a Bill Pullman hero and fly a fighter jet to fight off the aliens and save us? I'm not sure if I'd feel safe being around Biden driving a golf cart. And why would they want to come here anyway? I mean, let's face it, we're a shithole planet. If they have been here, it was probably just a pit stop or a mistake, or they're just passing through. You know, like most people driving through Staten Island. Even murder hornets are just whizzing through to get anywhere but where they are. Those who welcome and want illegal immigrants here are those who like diversity or maybe just cheap labor. And we can't take in everyone, and you can't deny there's a problem at the border. Now, Trump didn't start the fire, but he certainly pissed on it, like on a mattress in a Moscow hotel. Now, people are being detained at the border and still being treated like caged animals, but at least the Biden administration is asking them which pronouns they prefer before handing them an aluminum foil blanket. Now, people are outraged that we've been giving Canada COVID vaccines, yet they're trying to keep us out. Now we know how Mexico feels. They've been sending us drugs for years, and we're still trying to keep them out. What if aliens from outer space come here to flee their war-torn planet and find work so they could feed their families? Should we start building a wall in the sky? Chances are, if they have been here, they've already built their own wall to keep us off their planet. Maybe they're just here to bring Elon Musk back home. Not sure what these aliens might look like or what color they might be, but chances are, if they come to the United States, they'll have a better chance of acceptance the more they look like us. And if you've ever been to a Walmart, that can be pretty scary. So, whether it's aliens from space or illegal aliens...
I'm done for the day, Mr. Bryan. Anything else?
Yeah, Miguel, actually...
You got it, Mr. Bryan.
As I was saying, we all have to work on this together because we're all human. Well, at least we're sharing the same planet. So, until next time, adios. Nanu nanu.
Hey gringos! Any of you know how to install Windows?
What do you need? Single hung bay awning?
No, vato, Windows for my PC.
Amigo, I got you.
Ah, montate, apúrate, vámonos.
Adios, sucker.
What's up, sir? Would you like a table for one?
I'd like to place an order to go, please.
Sure. Have a look at the menu. Let me know when you're ready.
I'll just take a turkey club with chips and an extra pickle. Thanks.
You got it, sir.
Oh, also, my name is Agent Powers, and I'm with U.S. Immigration.
Immigration? What's up?
Yeah, we got a tip that you have illegal aliens working here.
No, sir, I don't think so. Here, maybe down the block over there somewhere.
No, this is the place.
No, sir, it's not.
You mind if I take a look around your kitchen?
So as you can see, it's lunchtime. We're a little bit busy.
It'll just be a moment.
If you really want to.
Thank you.
This guy.
You there. What's your name? And you, where are you from? Okay, I've seen enough. Is my sandwich ready yet? Gracias.
De nada.
Didn't I order extra pickles?
That's more like it.
Todo está bien, compadres.
Ya suerte que compramos esta máscara, huepa.
Hey, I'm George Gal with No Filter Comedy, and today I'm standing in front of the well-known United Nations here in New York City, and today we're going to ask New Yorkers and some people who aren't New Yorkers their thoughts and perceptions and understandings of what illegal aliens are, or is, or even if we could even say it in the first place. Let's check it out. Do you have illegal aliens in Britain?
There's illegal aliens everywhere, worldwide.
Is it a big problem?
It can be.
Yeah.
It could be rectified.
Do you think there are space aliens also? And this is a real question. Do you believe in that type of thing, space aliens?
Who knows? It's possible. Sonia.
Sonia from Colombia. Let's ask her a couple of questions.
Yes.
So I guess you know we have a lot of mucho illegal alienos here in America.
Yeah.
You know, mostly from Mexico. What are your thoughts on the word el palabra of illegal aliens?
Illegal immigrants?
Yeah, illegals, yeah.
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 But I think the word is
You think
just
that
one.
they're warriors?
Yes, it's just one. It's for every people.
Oh, what is, America?
No, yes, all America, all Europe, all
See.
Africa.
But
It's just one.
Sure. What do you think? And that's fair enough. What do you think of
Yes, I
Los
do.
Gentes aquí, but they're jumping the fence where people, Los Gentes, pay mucho dollars to be here in America legally. So you got the legal people and you got the illegal people.
But
What are your thoughts?
this country is open for all people, legal, not legal. It's open, no problem for all
No.
people.
So do you think we should build a wall here in America? ¿Cómo está? What are your thoughts on the word or the term illegal aliens? What do you think of that word?
We have no opinion on that.
You have no opinion? Yeah. How could you not have an opinion about that? Oh, you guys are illegal aliens. Habla inglés?
No tanto. No speak English.
Oh. Yeah.
Speak Spanish.
¿Qué es el palabra illegal alien?
Alien, no, negativo, no conozco.
No conozco.
No conozco.
What do you think about the term illegal alien? You think it's a bad word?
Probably.
What do you mean probably?
Well, why would they be aliens, number one?
Because they're illegal.
aliens.
They're not from here.
So what? They're human beings.
They are human beings, and if they're illegal,
Aliens are not human beings.
now
That's what the dictionary says.
what do you think about undocumented immigrants? That term, you think that's a better word?
Get them documented, that's it.
Get them documented. So you think that word
Or
is a
set
bad
'em
word?
home.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the term illegal alien? You think it's a good word? Cookie Monster, what do you think of the word illegal aliens?
The byword.
It's a bad word. Do you think that's a bad word?
Well, if you have a spaceship, it's okay. Yeah, if you have a spaceship.
You have a spaceship, it's okay?
Yeah, of course.
Where you from, man?
Which planet you mean?
Yeah.
Saturn.
What do you think about the term illegal alien?
Oh my God.
You think that's a bad word?
No, it's not. It's illegal and you're an alien. So, you want to become a legal alien? Congratulations. We love to have you.
That God made this world for people to exist on, and people should live and occupy wherever they choose to live. We have to just live in love. What would Jesus do? That's what I care about. What would Jesus do if he was here on earth and those people choose to go to a place for better living? What would Jesus do?
Or in
That's
this
all that matters
instance,
to me.
what would Jesus do?
I don't believe in Jesus.
Well, they're illegal, but I have a legal alien husband, so.
Oh, you do? Oh, so he's illegal.
He's legal.
He's legal.
But he was illegal.
For a long time. Now, how did he naturalize to do that? How do you do that?
Well, you spend a lot of money and you wait like 2 years.
And then, okay, so now he's naturalized.
Right.
people like him who have to actually do that, do they get annoyed at the people who just jump over the fence and cross the river illegally?
Yes.
They do get annoyed at that.
Yeah, but it's different because they're. It's hard because they're struggling and they're,
Yeah.
It's 50-50,
Yeah.
You don't want them to. As me, I went through 2 years of misery waiting for him to be able to come home, yet they just pop over. On one side. Then on the other side is he's not suffering. He's good, but they're in dire straits. They're starving, they're pushed up. You don't know which way to go.
It's the humanity element that's really tough.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're taking a picture right now.
Oh, yeah.
Mis amigos, who here knows how to take care of a dog?
I'm a veterinarian. What's wrong with your dog?
No, my dog's not sick. I'm going out of town. I need someone to take care of him while I'm awake.
How many dogs you got?
I have 3.
My record's 8.
Vámonos, camión. Ándale, púrate.
So I'm talking the other day to my neighbor Giuseppe, and I told him that we were doing this episode today on aliens, and he told me he had some opinions and thoughts on the subject and asked if he can come on the show. So I said, all right, Giuseppe, let's do it. So we're gonna go live now to my neighbor Giuseppe. Giuseppe, he's out in the garden. How you doing, Giuseppe?
Oh, it's you. Hey, I'm gonna have a nice tomatoes for you this year.
Oh, thanks, I appreciate it. So, like I told you, we're talking about illegal aliens today. What do you think?
The illegal aliens, they are very bad. They sneak into this country. They don't assimilate. They don't learn the language. They don't pay taxes. Plus, they are dirty, lazy, and I think they are many criminals. But my friend, worst of all, they eat all of the fucking Reese's Pieces.
Wait, Giuseppe, quick question. The illegal immigrants are eating Reese's Pieces?
Immigrants like me. You said illegal aliens, like, ooh, the Martian. Immigrants, no. I say let them in. The more the merrier.
So you agree that they should be awarded the same opportunities as those who came before them?
No, but we need the little bastards. Because who's gonna dig the holes and pull out the asbestos with no mask? People like you, forget about it. The growth and the progress in this country, she be dead.
Thank you for your time. My neighbor Giuseppe, everybody.
Hey, don't forget, I'm gonna have a tomatoes for you.
And now, peaceful protest.
Aliens in space and aliens on the border. What an interesting topic to talk about. Who comes up with this shit? Aliens are everywhere. And in today's news, whether they're coming from space or from the border, I'm your host, Natalie Andrews, and welcome to Peaceful Protests. I'm here with special guests John Cusimano, Jake Than, and Brianna McCabe. What are your thoughts on all this discussion on aliens, John?
Thanks. Yeah, so, growing up, I was always a believer, thought there had to be something else out there. Out of all, the movies, the horror movies that would scare me, aliens were the thing that kept me up at night. They just felt more real, like they could be coming. This universe is so big, especially killer clowns from outer space. It just felt so authentic. It scared the crap out of me that someone would do a hand puppet and just eat my face off. So it was ridiculous. And then for me, one of the biggest disappointments of the last 2 presidencies, it kind of confirmed that maybe aliens don't exist. What I mean by that is like Donald Trump. He's ridiculous. He would have tweeted out if there were aliens. I know he would have. He would have, said 2 a.m., reading the paper, aliens are real, tweet it all out, right? or during one of his rallies, we're working on the wall, but we're going to work on a globe because there are aliens. I read it, it's real. So, for me, I was kind of hoping he would reveal that. And now, with Biden they're starting to release all these classified documents. It's kind of what I expected with Trump, but it's like he's got all this problem going on with the border right now. So I think he's just deflecting.
But wait a minute now. Let's not forget Area 51. You're forgetting that too. Does that exist or not? Come on, people. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess they still haven't released the documents on that, but like that flying aircraft that like the pilots couldn't track and just like vanished or moved like a velocity they couldn't believe. So I feel like they're releasing all that stuff, which is kind of, trickling. But I think he's just kind of deflecting from the issue of which is the border is a shit show right now.
Yeah. He's like, how many things can I put between me and dealing with this border situation? He's like, I'm going to drop a little UFO secrets real quick.
But I think people just can't comprehend like the concept of aliens. I'm talking like extraterrestrial aliens right now. I feel like I was watching, there's a doctor at Harvard. His name is Dr. Mack. I don't know if anybody's familiar. But he's deemed like absolutely batshit crazy because he has all these people who claim to have been abducted who come to him and they're part of this focus group and they're talking about like the time I was abducted and I saw these lights and I talked to aliens and they say it's like a brain fog and he talks about their experiences and he has this group. But anyway, he says that everybody who comes to him has the same experience in terms of their abductions. And it's in like the Boston area, all of these people. So it's weird that all of these people in Boston are getting abducted. Like, why Boston of all people?
Maybe they're aliens.
Yeah. Maybe they're Yankee fans and they just want to take them away. I don't know. But like, and it's weird because Dr. Mack says, the concept of aliens, it could be so out there and so otherworldly that our narrow-minded selves can't comprehend it. So we try to put it in this bucket like, oh, it just doesn't make sense. He's like, but if you expand your mind and you're just like, okay, maybe there's more things out there, it could exist. So he's like, I just don't think people have the brain capacity to really think there's other things out there. Do I believe people get abducted and come back? I don't know. It's usually people with beer koozies with no teeth saying, I got abducted today, So it's like, I don't, it's like, I don't know. It's like, it's not like Kanye West saying like, yeah, I got abducted after my concert, Like it's always like these random ass people in Oklahoma or Boston getting abducted, but it's a weird phenomenon to me, honestly. It really is.
I don't know. It's always interests me. I always, this is my crazy theory, but I think that they've come centuries ago, and it was Egypt that they settled, like ancient Egypt. Look at all the hieroglyphics. You're telling me that who the hell can build pyramids? Like, look at the massive stuff. Really? Really? I don't believe that. So I think that there were aliens, and they actually, settled in civilization from that long. So they have come to Earth. I still believe that, they are somewhere. They probably looked like us and we don't even know that we're amongst aliens. I always believe that, ever since I was a kid.
Another thing too is interesting. I'm like kind of a Reddit nerd. I don't know about anybody else, but it's like 3 in the morning and I'm just like, all right, what can I watch? What can I read?
Scrolling.
And some people are like, do we think, because when you think of an alien, do you think an alien is innately good or innately bad? Or do you think we could coexist? I don't know. Like when I think of an alien, I'm scared, like I'm terrified. But then somebody on Reddit was like, but where do we fall on the, in the food pyramid with an alien? Like, are we prey or predator? And I'm like, that's an interesting theory too. Like, can we coexist? Like, do they want to kill us and eat us? Or like, do we want to kill and eat that? Like, it's a weird thing to think about. Are they good or are they bad?
And this is why people are uncomfortable and they like to talk about it, because the idea of aliens coming down on Earth, they can attack us and take us over as a civilization and then we don't exist.
Yeah, well, you got to assume they're going to be the superior species, right, in terms of technology.
They definitely are.
And what would they want to do with Earth unless they want to take us over? I mean, they want to just be our friends. They're going to fly all this way. I think there's a couple, things just from the movies, what they're going to want to do. They're going to want to take our resources, or they're going to want to eat us, right? And I hear we're delicious. So,
full of barbecue sauce on us.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the South Park episode where we're kind of just the like the reality TV? I really feel like we're just this big experiment. They're like, all right, let's drop a virus in there, see how they react, or like let's drop a president in there and see how they react.
And now, let's annihilate half the the civilization.
That was one of the concepts that South Park was playing with, where they were talking about how like perhaps they were so evolved that like living life from a human's perspective is like reality TV for them. It's like, what the hell is war about? What are they having an orgy down there?
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be just like
what's cancer? Why
mind-blowing.
can't they cure it? What's wrong with you people?
Yeah.
They're like, let's burn some cities down. Let's give them things to be really, you know, gung-ho about, and let's just see how they react. Like, it's just crazy. If you think about it, we're batshit crazy right now. Yeah. And if I was an alien, I'd be like, fuck this planet. Like, why do I want to come here?
These people are nuts.
Yeah.
But like you said, we're a little batshit crazy. I think crazy to the point that, little is an understatement.
Yeah.
But we get crazy to the point where you see this stuff popping up on the news. There's stuff like Pentagon releasing UFO files and White House hit with directed energy attacks and like stuff that you should be calling the Avengers for. You know what I mean?
Oh, right.
And like stuff out of science fiction. Yes. And people are acting so calm about it. Like, we're talking about UFO on CNN or whatever station you watch, and everyone's like, oh, they're talking about it again. Like, what's like, it's not a big deal. Well, meanwhile, you flash back to the immigrants, and it's like, that is a bigger deal than some aliens. And it's like, they say that immigrants take jobs and rapists or whatever. But it's like, you've known aliens have been probing people for years, and y'all don't seem too upset now
Yeah, right.
that we got
like
aliens.
Everybody's okay with that.
Yeah.
I wanted to touch back on, we're talking about government and, politics in that regard to the aliens in space. So my thing is this whole thing with the Area 51, that's always fascinated me as well, because they always made it such a big secret. Does it exist? Does it not exist? I'm wondering, like, what you guys think. Do you think it exists or not? Where they actually they're holding aliens or doing research on things that they might have found, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be like from a national security perspective, they wouldn't want to share that with anybody. Like, that's like I wouldn't imagine you get much at a higher echelon of technology than like the goods, the aliens, whatever stuff might have been brought back to the base from a crash or whatever we tend to throw up on the tabloids.
Wasn't there that thing on Facebook last year or something where there was like hundreds of thousands of people ready to storm Area 51?
That wasn't the insurrection?
Juan and Yaman guy looked like an alien, right? With the horns and all that
Exactly.
crap.
Yeah.
I don't scare easily, so I would welcome them.
These are some good shrooms. Let's party. Like, oh,
well,
man.
and then the other flip side, going back to aliens on the border. Now, this is such a controversial topic because there's so many people.
And you can't call them aliens.
No.
They're non-citizens.
No. They're non-citizens. All right, so let's
say
just
it
correct
correctly.
that. Right. So they're non-citizens, and a lot of them come to the border, and it's thousands of them because they want to have a better life. My thought process on that is, everybody should have that opportunity, but I'll use my family as an example. My parents are from Trinidad and Tobago, so they've gone through the process correctly. They went through the paperwork and everything. They have their green card. Now they're American citizens. But to use it as an example, they went through the process correctly. Now you have these people that are coming in through the borders and sneaking in, and some of them are slipping through the cracks, and then they're in the system. So, that's a lot of the problem. And I think that it's unorganized in some way. They're still going through. It's a mess.
It's a complete mess.
So how do we figure out as a government and a nation how to really organize that whole thing and restructure it to make it better for these people to have a better life? That's the question that we
Yeah,
got
for
to ask.
me,
It's difficult.
I think you got to find a balance, and you get the two extremes with both parties, right?
Right.
So Trump was like building a wall, which a lot of people actually said is helping to a degree.
Are there pictures on Facebook of people just slipping through the cracks too?
Right.
There's like
And I mean,
seesaws
and
going
I don't
on. I'm
find
like,
it-
what is
and
this?
I don't agree with the wall, honestly, because I feel like it's unwelcoming and it's like a prison type thing, but that's my thought process.
If
on
there's
it.
no wall, then they're all going to just be walking through, like, absolutely. It's just taking resources away from ICE, in my opinion. You got to have some kind of physical something. Like with the Capitol riot, when they wanted to keep everyone away, they're like, well, the first thing to do is build up this fence around D.C. And everyone's like, oh, it's keeping everyone away. They're like, well, it's the wall, It works. Walls work.
That was actually really funny. And again, I'm very in the middle. So I'm a Libra too. So I see the both sides of everything, right? But it's funny. I found it so funny that like, there's been a wall now and a fence around the Capitol. And I'm like, but all of these people were like, let's not build a wall. And I'm like, how ironic.
I know, is that.
How ironic. And going back to cancel culture, I'm like, but where was the cancel there? Like, nothing makes sense anymore. And that's why if aliens were real, I would bomb the shit out of this place and be like, let's start a new civilization because these people are crazy.
Yeah, they're losing it. We need
That's
a
right.
little
Losing it
corrective
and,
action.
Have a utopia.
They probably saw us and like they're gonna bomb themselves in a few years.
Yeah. They're like, we can just,
Let's not even
we
waste
just
our
wait it out.
technology.
This conversation has been out of this world. I want to thank all of you for coming. I'm your host, Natalie Andrews, on Peaceful Protest. Now back to you, B.
I'm Bryan Kennedy. That is our show. This is a wrap, and I want to thank you on behalf of everybody here at No Filter for watching the No Filter Comedy Show. We'll be back soon with an all-new episode. Until then, check us out on all our social media handles and follow us at No Filter Comedy. All right, and also click on the subscribe button to follow us. We'll see you next time. Good night. Come on. Good help around here.
Hey, gringos!
Ayuda, hay un hombre negro sospechoso en el parque. ¿Alguien podría ayudarme, por favor, a llamar al 911?
I got you, girl. I got Nuevo Uno on speed dial. I'm gonna call.
Súbete a la camioneta.
Bye, Carrie.